As of 2016, Massachusetts ranked in the top 10 states in the country with the most number of lead service lines. In towns like Medford, with older water infrastructure that looks like this, the drinking water is virtually poisoned with dangerous levels of lead. As socioeconomic factors decide the strength of public school systems, kids in districts like Brighton are often left behind. As the homeless population continues to rise, emergency shelters like this one in Brockton are lifelines for families but are often overwhelmed and unable to help. Addressing critical needs like this depends on accessing federal funding, which comes in two main forms. The first is formula-based funding, which is tied to static factors like population size and income, which states often don't have control over. But there's a second form of funding called discretionary funding that states do have some leverage over. For better or worse, discretionary funding makes up a significant portion of available resources. For example, through the bipartisan infrastructure law, Massachusetts had access to $10.7 billion, but a third of that money, $3.2 billion, was discretionary funding. But winning discretionary funding involves winning competitive grants. And without the ability to navigate federal grant applications, the money, but also the chance to replace lead pipes, improve public schools, and provide access to housing are left on the table. And when municipalities miss out on these opportunities, it's real people who pay the price. I'm Shreya.
I'm Serena.
And I'm Deepika.
And we're the AI for Impact team that's working with the Federal Funds and Infrastructure Office, or the FFIO for short.
When a federal agency initiates a new grant, it releases a NOFO, or a Notice of Funding Opportunity. This is a document that details all of the requirements for an application and can be anywhere from 50 to 100 pages long, with numerous scattered requirements and complex technical jargon. Amidst all of this, missing a single detail can lead to complete disqualification of an application. Long, complex NOFOs often deter understaffed towns that need money the most from applying at all.
Once an applicant makes it through the NOFO and figures out what's required, they then face a project narrative. This is the document that requires telling the story of why this specific community deserves this specific funding and why all of it will be impactful in the long run. But without the resources and expertise to draft a strong and compelling narrative, even the communities that deserve the money the most are left struggling to make their case.
To tackle these challenges, we've developed GrantWell, an interactive AI-powered grant assistant with two core features. One is summarizing key features from NOFOs, and two, assisting narrative writing through a chatbot interface. Let's take a closer look at how GrantWell works. Users log into this homepage where admins will upload and make federal grant NOFOs available for users to then access in this dropdown at the top of the page. Once an NOFO is selected, GrantWell breaks it down into 4 clear sections: eligibility criteria, required documents, project narrative components, and key deadlines. From here, applicants can move to the narrative drafting page, which features a chatbot interface. The chatbot begins a conversation by asking which community the applicant is writing the narrative for, and then assists the applicant with the drafting process. To ensure accuracy in the writing the chatbot generates, it can only reference data that is in its backend knowledge base. To begin with, the chatbot has access to the NOFO and the NOFO requirements from the previous page, but applicants are encouraged to upload additional data for tailored assistance. As the chatbot generates writing, applicants can provide feedback, and the chatbot will incorporate the requested changes. The chatbot is also a resource for applicants to clarify the questions about grant requirements and eligibility.
The benefits of using AI to power GrantWell are clear. Large language models can quickly summarize documents at scale, making it a simple task to analyze NOFO documents across all federal agencies. LLMs also excel at text generation, significantly easing the burden of writing an application from scratch by yourself. Right now, 72% of applicants spend anywhere from 5 to 30 days writing a single grant proposal, but by leveraging the benefits I mentioned, we want to reduce the time spent writing these applications. By speeding up the writing process, municipalities can submit more applications. Repeat applicants are more likely to secure funding because it signals a clear need, and recent studies indicate that applying for at least 3 grants a year significantly increases the chances of winning, while applying for 6 or more nearly guarantees it. Our ultimate goal with GrantWell is simple: to help Massachusetts secure more federal funding. While GrantWell is designed to ease the application process for everyone, It's designed to boost grant writers in underserved communities, helping them submit stronger, more competitive applications without being limited by understaffing. Thank you for your time, and we're happy to answer any questions.